Is it possible to market my program without spending a dime? Free marketing strategies for your childcare program. That's what we're discussing in today's marketing video. If you are brand new to my world, welcome. My name is Christina Rizakos. I am an early childhood educator by trade. I graduated back in 2001 and went to work. And then I realized that I really wanted to open my own daycare center, my own childcare center. And that's what I did. I was 24 years old, went full force, all in, quit my job, and started my daycare. And I did that for 16 years, raised my four kids as I was running a business. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was exactly what I was brought here to do. And a couple of months before the pandemic hit, I decided to sell my business and work online full time. So I was really getting into the online marketing space, learning a lot about how to market things and how to sell things and how to help people online. And that really, really intrigued me. So I became a certified startup business coach. And here I am today working full time from home. I run a marketing agency that helps childcare business owners. So whether it's a home daycare or a preschool program that you're running, I help with marketing. So we do social media management, content creation, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, websites, and we do it all for you basically. So in today's video, I wanted to take 10 minutes or so to talk about free ways you can market your program. And yes, you definitely can. So if you're watching me on Instagram, let me know if you can hear me well, and also start you can ask a question in the comment section. I will go back and I will answer them. And of course, I'm live over on Facebook as well as YouTube at the same time, which is really, really exciting. And it also saves me a lot of time as well. So what I'm going to discuss today with you guys, it might seem a little bit too technical. And I'll be honest, most of these things are going to seem completely brand new to you and maybe a little bit difficult. Maybe you think, oh my God, I don't really need to do that. But I promise you that if you are interested in learning how to market your program locally for free, organically, then this is the video for you guys to watch. Okay. So if you have any questions, go ahead and comment underneath the videos as well. So how do you market your program if you don't have the budget to spend a dime on ads? Okay, the answer is yes, you definitely can. But before I dive in, I really want to make sure that you understand that it takes more time on your part, right? It takes more time for the marketing to work when you're doing it organically. It's just the way it is right now. Facebook has changed its algorithm. I'm sure you must have heard of that, right? That they really want you to be paying for ads so that when you're posting on your business page, for example, even if you're posting 4 or 5 times a week, it doesn't really matter because only about, I think, 5 or 6% of your followers actually see what you post. Now, I'm not saying it's unimportant to be posting. I'm just saying that posting randomly and thinking that's marketing is just not the way to run your program. Okay. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind is that it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to market your program by yourself organically without spending a dime or without hiring an agency or outsourcing this type of work to a virtual assistant, because you are going to be the one that's manually doing this. Okay. So it's not, for example, an ad that you can be spending a couple of dollars a day. And even in the weekend, even during the night when you're sleeping, even when you're off work, you have your ads working for you, attracting new clients. It's not the same way when you are leveraging free marketing strategies to really increase traffic, boost visibility, and get more people to click and to book a tour with you. Okay. So that being said, I'm going to dive into a few ways that you can start marketing your program for free. Okay. So the first thing I want you to think about is leveraging your website properly. Now, if you're in business, you should have some type of website, even if it's just a landing page. Like, it doesn't have to be anything very, very, expensive to put together. Most daycares have a simple website up and running. Okay. But what I see when I'm doing audits for my clients is that their websites are not leveraged the right way. Okay. A lot of the times, these are websites that are put together really quickly, or maybe, you paid someone to do it for you, but it doesn't have your unique flair to it. They look very generic. The pictures are very generic. It's not really you. Okay. So I wanted to take a few moments to really talk about your website for a second. Okay. So it's an excellent way to start marketing your program organically, because Google is still the #1 search engine on the planet. Okay. So I know that Facebook and Instagram, all those things are big. And yes, you should definitely have a presence there. But Google is the #1 search engine on the planet, which means that when a local family wants daycare, childcare, they're not going to go on Facebook or on Instagram or on Pinterest or on TikTok. They're going to take out their phone and they're going to Google daycares near me, childcare near me, preschool, and in your city, right? That's what you do, right? That's what everybody does. So you have to make sure that when you're leveraging your website, that you can be found on Google. Okay. And just having a website doesn't mean that your website can be found, right? There's a lot of people that have websites, but when I search for them, I can't really find them. So the goal of your website is to get more traffic, more eyeballs to it, right? But what happens when people don't know that you exist or they can't find it, right? No one's going to be searching for your website, right? Like in the first 10, 15 pages of Google. You have to make sure as a business owner that your website is ranked on Google. And how do you do that? Well, there's a few ways you're going to do that, and we're going to dive deeper into SEO in the next point, okay? But let's just start with the website. So your website has to be added, #1, to Google. You have to make sure that you've claimed your business account on Google. You have to be found on Yelp, any local online directories. Maybe you have a chamber of commerce that has a local online directory. Just Google that local online directory in your hometown or your city, and make sure that your website is found there. Most of the time, you'll have to go in and just answer a few questions and just press submit, okay? It takes a little bit of time on your part, but it's really important that you do this so that you are found when someone searches for you in your hometown, okay? You have to make sure that your website has a few important pages on it. So obviously a homepage, but more than that, an about us page or our history, parents and leads, right? People that are potential leads to your business. They want to know where you came from. Like, what's the story behind this program? How long has it been open, right? Reviews, testimonials, contact us page, your services, your program, what exactly you offer. Okay. So these are all important pages that you have to be found on your website. And again, remember that parents are I don't want to say lazy, but everyone has a really low attention span these days. And especially today with the online space, it's very busy. So you have to make sure that the information that you're putting is really skimmable, to the point, and really aligns with what you're offering. For example, if you're a vegan daycare, make sure you mention that. If you're a Christian-based daycare, make sure you mention that on your website, okay? The other thing that you can do to market your program organically for free is to focus on SEO. Okay, so SEO freaks out a lot of people out because it sounds very technical. There's a lot of work to be done in the back end. And let's face it, when you're running a childcare program, it's not something that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, right? So search engine optimization, that's what SEO stands for. It is basically making sure that you are optimizing your website so that Google can actually find your website when someone is searching for childcare, daycare in your area, okay? So you can do this by yourself, or you can outsource this to an agency, or you can even hire a virtual assistant to do it on Fiverr or freelancer.com. But it all starts with the keywords. So researching online what types of keywords your ideal clients are searching for when they're looking for daycare, right? So you make a list of those, and then you go onto your website, and you have to make sure that these keywords are found on your website in the back end, but also on your copy, on the text of your website, okay? You can research what your ideal clients are searching for. So for example, let's say my daycare is in smack downtown Montreal, right next to McGill University. And I'm a mom and I'm looking for a daycare. Well, what am I going to search for if I'm searching for daycare for my kids? Well, I'm going to go online. I'm going to go on Google and I'm going to say daycare near McGill University, or childcare center near, maybe I'll put my address, or maybe I'll write something like daycare in the downtown Montreal area, right? Something like that. So you have to know what types of keywords your ideal clients are searching for. You can also do a search of what types of keywords your competitors are ranking for. Like, this is really exciting, right? Because you can really dig deep into this and really come up with a set of keywords that you know your ideal clients are actively searching for, okay? And Google can give you all this information. Google keyword search, by the way, that's what it's called. So after you have that, then it's up to you to go in and you put these keywords everywhere on your website, right? So your address and your phone number and all that stuff has to be found on every single one of your pages. But the description at the top of your website, you should have these keywords in your copy. So when the writing on the web page, so your introduction, about us, your program, all those pages, you have to make sure that these keywords are found so that when someone does go on Google and they're looking for daycare in your area, then your website has a good chance of getting ranked in the first few pages, right? You know, when you're searching on Google, sometimes you get like, you know, results of like hundreds and hundreds of pages. Obviously, people are not going to sit and look at page 100, but the first couple of pages, you want to make sure that by implementing these little tricks, that's going to rank you up higher and higher on Google, which is what you want, so that parents can easily find your business, okay? What else? Okay. A link. Okay. So before I dive into link building, I want to mention something about content marketing. So content marketing is making sure that, as I mentioned before, these words are found on your website. But let's say you really want to get found on Google and you don't mind, let's say, adding a blog, right? So a few of my clients have blogs on their websites. That's an extra way, but you know, by leveraging your content for free, that you can actually rank higher on Google, right? So let's say, for example, there's, I don't know, you want to write a piece on 10 family-friendly things to do in downtown Montreal with a toddler or something like that. Like really, really hone it in, niche it down to your local audience, right? Then you can write a simple blog post, right, and add that on your website. And that's going to help you with your ranking because more of those words are going to be found when someone locally is searching for something specific, such as childcare, daycare in your local area, okay? The other way you can increase traffic and really market your program and get found on Google is by link building. So this is basically creating backlinks with other websites. Again, someone can definitely help you do this. And it's an easier way for you to rank higher and higher and higher on the first couple of pages of Google. Okay. It's basically other websites are saying, yes, this is a real website, it's a real person, it's a real business, and we're vouching for them. So more of those backlinks that you can get, the better it is for you and your website to be found on Google. Okay. On page optimization. So this is where you make sure that your website is optimized. So it has to be, number one, mobile friendly. We know that 80 or 90% of people are on their mobile devices. Nowadays, this is where they're searching online. So if you have a website that's really dated or it's not mobile friendly, maybe the videos don't load quick enough, maybe there's broken links, maybe it's all out of whack when I'm looking at it on a mobile device, right? You have to make sure that these things are taken care of so that Google can rank your website on the first few pages. Okay. You have to make sure that the keywords are there, as we mentioned, that you have a title tag, and that every single image, it has a description to it. Okay. So if you're using, let's say, for example, Wix for your website, when you go in and you add an image, you actually have a little section at the bottom that asks you to put a description, right? So let's say, I don't know, a woman drinking coffee or water like this, you can say, you know, woman drinking water, right? So for your sake, you would say something that has to do with the image, obviously. So let's say children daycare Montreal area, right? Or the best daycare in Montreal area, something like that. So what happens is that when someone is searching for something on Google, if every single one of your images has a description, then they're easily found, right? It ranks you higher and higher and higher. And that's what we want. We want to be found everywhere, okay? And you should also be updating your page's meta tags, your meta tag descriptions, again, all in the back end. If you have a WordPress website, then there's actually a tool that you can download for free. And there's also a paid version that can walk you through all of these things, and you can do them on your own, okay? And obviously making sure that when, let's say you're leveraging a blog page, for example. So I do this for my blog, okay? The last part is called site architecture optimization, which basically means linking within one's own website. So you would do that by, for example, let's say I write a blog about this marketing training right now, and then I mentioned something about how to write ad copy, and I don't want to go into detail right now in this blog. I can actually link an existing blog post that I wrote about how to write ad copy, right? And link it, right? So Google really likes stuff like that, okay? So that's the other way to market your program for free organically. The other way is with your social media platforms, obviously. So thinking of Instagram, Facebook, you can have a YouTube channel. I encourage my clients to create a Pinterest account, just because a lot of clients right now have moms and dads, mostly the moms, that are on Pinterest, okay? And you want to be found where your ideal clients are found, okay? So what would you post on Pinterest? That's the other question I get. Well, what am I going to post on Pinterest? Well, it's very simple. You're going to be taking the content that you're creating on your other platforms, so on your Facebook business page or on your Instagram, and you're going to be repurposing it onto your Pinterest account. And we're doing this for the sole purpose of directing more free traffic when someone searches for something locally onto our website, right? That's all this is for, okay? So let's say you go live. I had a client yesterday go live on her Instagram, and she went live for an hour, and she was talking about how to make sure you choose the right preschool for your child, okay? Well, you can easily download that video and post it on your YouTube channel or post it on your Pinterest account. And it's really simple and easy and free to do. Yes, it takes a little bit more time, but if you're looking for free ways that you can market your program locally, this is an excellent way to get more traffic, more eyeballs onto your website, okay? And obviously creating content that matters on your business pages, right? So you want to make sure that you're posting consistently, whatever that means for you. If that's going live every week and just doing 2 other regular posts, whether that's updating your stories every day, whether that's posting Monday to Friday and just taking a break in the weekend, you have to make sure that you find a flow that works well for you and that you're creating content around that. So go on canva.com, sign up with a free account or a paid account. And then there's a lot of templates you can use that are really nice and pleasing to the eye if you're not someone that's really good with graphic design, right? And then you can post about things. So you can post about you as the business owner, what's new in your program, any special events, any promotions. You can ask a question. You can go live once a week and share about something that the kids are doing that's really fun and educational. You can share reviews, testimonials. You can introduce your staff, right? There's a lot of things you can do. But always make sure that everything you're posting has a purpose behind it, right? So we're not just posting random like Taco Tuesday types of posts, that we're posting things that engage, things that entertain our audience, but also things that are going to place us as the authority of childcare. Okay, so little tips, little strategies, little how-to article type of posts are excellent ways to really increase traffic and to make sure that when someone reads it, they know, she really knows what she's talking about, or she really loves what she does, or she's really good with the kids, right? So that's the kind of content we want to be creating when we're thinking of Facebook and Instagram. Okay. And then obviously taking that content and just repurposing it onto our Pinterest boards or our YouTube channel, okay? With the sole purpose of just getting more traffic onto our website, right? And the last way you can promote or you can market your program for free locally is by creating local partnerships and joining networking events, okay? So I know that this takes up a lot of time, especially if you want to physically visit local mom and pop shops or local businesses that cater to your ideal clients. So, stores, boutiques that, have kids clothing, toy shops, family-friendly restaurants, the yoga teacher that does yoga with babies, right? So we want to make sure that we're visiting places locally, businesses that are serving our families, our ideal clients. And we want to introduce ourselves, maybe, talk to them a little bit about your program, introduce yourself properly. If you physically want to visit the space, even better. And then really just talk about different ways you can help each other out, right? So maybe you can create a referral program. Every time they refer someone to your center and they sign up, they get 10% off, or they get $10, or just, you can find creative ways that work for your business that you're comfortable with, that are going to incentivize other local businesses to send people your way, right? You want to be joining networking events. So the Chamber of Commerce is one way, online groups with other small business owners in your area. That's an excellent way to network and to really meet other business owners in your area, but also to get the word out on your program, right? There's a lot of Facebook groups, online communities. Meetup.com is also an excellent resource you can join, again, for free. And it really is just a matter of showing up where other business owners are, especially those that are serving your ideal families, your ideal clients, and just making yourself known and putting your program out there. And yes, I know it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy, but it is definitely worth it. Okay. What else do I have for you guys? And I think that's it. I think those are the few ways that you can market your program for free. I don't know if you guys have any questions. Comment in the little comment box underneath, and I'll go back and I will answer them. Marketing your program for free is definitely possible, but as you can see, it takes up a lot of time, a lot of your energy, and it does take more time to rank on Google and to get the word out on your program online and locally, and really making sure that you're creating buzz, let's say around an open house or a meet a teacher night or whatever it is that you want to promote. But it does work. It does work, and it can definitely be done, especially if you don't have an ad budget or money to outsource these things out. Okay. I do offer a workshop that I keep updating. So this workshop is filled with free ways, but also paid ways that you can get more reach and more traffic onto your website and onto your business. I will put the link underneath this video. Go ahead and click on that and you can get some more information. Other than that, have an excellent rest of your week, you guys, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye.